Shooting with James, again, being able to have his creativity lead, you know, me and my creativity, is just like another blessing, man. It's like when you find someone who is not scared to take chances in their craft, it motivates you to do the same when you're working alongside them. And then so the ensemble becomes just a depiction of greatness of the gods, as James would say, you know.
Peace to the gods.
Yeah, peace to the gods, you feel me?
Hell yeah, yeah. It was beautiful to reunite with James. He's one of those special directors that you work with and you immediately know that this is going to be unique and that no matter how the film might turn out, the process is going to be beautiful. We're just so lucky with this film that both the process and the final product is something we could be proud of. And I think we owe a lot of that to James for steering the ship, putting together the team, relentlessly working to make sure that we were all felt safe to perform and that we, you know, that we felt heard with our concerns. And so, yeah, it was a beautiful experience, man. It was dope, as usual. I practice silence, silent reflection, you know, kind of getting away from the noise a little bit. I think in silence you make noise, and it's the same thing with big emotions. You kind of like, you know, you want to just focus in and kind of create a focus point and really just sort of bring forth the truth in you as much as you can for the character. I genuinely felt sad to have to go through what I went through in the film. There are a lot of things we sacrificed for, so I could identify with that. And this was the biggest sacrifice of all. And the conditions that we were working in made it a little bit more seamless to transition into the character. The cross, I don't know if I should say that, but the cross I was carrying was actually heavy. My feet were actually hitting the ground on the cobblestone street, and it hurt. And you know, it was a long trek upward, an incline. That wasn't a camera trick. I was actually walking up the incline, actually slipping, hitting my knees, you know. It's because I declined safety stuff. It's not because it wasn't offered. Because I wanted to feel it, and I wanted to, you know, I took my shoes off because I wanted to feel the ground. If you're gonna be there, you should probably feel what it feels like. So I was closely allied with Clarence and his journey and what he had gone through, his coming of age, his coming to himself. And really, that's what's at the heart of the film, man. It's about this guy who's finding himself and finding his assuredness in life, rather than asking so many questions, which we all do. Sometimes we got to go through hard things to get the answers. So,
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like Elijah grows in the same way as Clarence does, but Clarence himself, right, is his journey needs much more. Like Elijah still has to find. You know, Elijah doesn't have a plan, you feel me? His only plan is to support Clarence's plan, because Clarence's plan has a clear view of what the vision would be, right? So Elijah confirms his faith through supporting Clarence's plan, if that makes sense, you know, because he's not a non-believer, you know, but Elijah's confirmation comes through watching, you know, Clarence find redemption, you know, through these things and these tactics that Clarence has, right? But that's Elijah's boy, so, you know, Elijah really does find redemption through Clarence's experience also. Like, Clarence is the proof that God is real, that, you know, Elijah needed, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, too, with Elijah is that although he was, you know, the one that was sort of the catalyst for what allowed the group to make money and come to fame, he also was the catalyst for the truth in a moment where Clarence didn't want to accept the truth. I remember that scene where you came up and, you know, it's Elijah's time to be like, I'm going to tell you what the truth is, whether you want to hear it or not. And Clarence really needed that. And I think those are things that are markers of why Elijah was so important. Without friends that's going to keep it real, that's going to tell you what you need to hear, you falter and fail invariably. So we needed that truth. And it helped us get to the ultimate truth.
Yeah. But along with that truth that he presented, he didn't make Clarence feel like his journey was wrong, you feel me? Like, rather than being like, no, well, we should do it this way, it's more like, hey, look, I'm gonna give you the truth, but whether you wanna listen to it or not, I got you, big dog.
Yeah.
We're gonna burn the house down, let's burn it down with some nice smiles on our face.
That loyalty.
Yeah.